Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here. So as many of you will have heard by now, as I predicted in my previous video, DICE are indeed dropping patch 4.0 next week. According to Kevin Johnson, this includes over 400 individual fixes, bug fixes and quality of life improvements. The most noteworthy ones that we know of so far being the vehicle balancing, the attachment overhaul to give, each individual attachment like more of a unique use instead of them all being the same, and of course, VoIP shall be coming along with the end of round scoreboard. But it was also mentioned that two of the specialists, namely Rao and Pike, would be seeing some changes too, which kind of confused people a little bit because they'd heard rumours of a specialist rework happening. That, however, is not happening in this patch, but game designer Frederick Drabert confirmed that the specialists are indeed being reworked. Somebody then commented saying, put the specialists into classes, the community has basically already done it for you guys, we just need you guys to code it in. Frederick then replies saying, it's not that easy, I saw the community proposals and there is more design work required. The specialists touch a lot of parts in the game that need to be considered during a redesign, so it's more than just take it and code it. So there you go, the specialists definitely are seeing a big redesign. Now, whilst we're all thankful that DICE are making an effort to fix Battlefield 2042, the frequency of communication and updates is painfully slow, leading many to believe that there was merely, a small splinter of DICE left working on 2042 whilst the rest of the team had veered off to start work on the next Battlefield game. However, somebody recently asked Frederick if he could share just how many people are actually working on 2042, and according to him, he says almost everyone. So as War Crisis points out here, the Stockholm studio alone has almost 700 employees, and granted not all of them are game developers, you've got to have somebody making lunch in the kitchen, right? But I don't really know if this makes me less or more worried for Battlefield 2042's success. If the entire studio really is hard at work implementing these changes, how in God's name has it taken this long? It's been 6 months since the game released. There hasn't been a whiff of live service content, save for a couple of measly skins, and the biggest game-changing update we've seen so far has been a scoreboard. Like, I just don't get it. How can you make an entire game, albeit a pretty broken game, in 3 years and then only produce a scoreboard in 6 months? Like, it doesn't make any sense, and I think that's why people don't really believe that the entire studio is actually working on the game. Like I mentioned in a previous video, I would really like to see DICE communicating more. If the entire studio is working their arses off and the changes just take that long to redesign and to code, then have somebody grab a camera and mooch around DICE studio recording the developers, maybe trouble them for a second to get a sneak peek of what they're working on, sit some of the more prominent ones down for a quick interview. If you can't provide content for the actual game, at least provide some sort of reassurance via media. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents on the situation. I of course know bollocks all about running a studio or developing a game, but I would have thought that some communication would be better than almost none. So I think we'll be getting the patch notes for patch 4.0 on Tuesday. Monday is of course Easter Monday for Sweden and much of the world, so you can most likely expect the patch notes on the Tuesday and then the patch itself to go live on Wednesday morning, as is the norm. So I'll put out an extensive video, looking into the patch notes as soon as I get them, and then once the patch actually releases, I plan to test out the game and put together my thoughts on whether or not it's worth you investing your time into reinstalling the game and coming back or not. With that said, thank you guys for watching. As always, leave me your thoughts down below, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next one.